We don't want to kill you. So, they've now got themselves out of the way of the cannon. And it looks like they're going to fire as a block. As the Confederates have spread themselves out, it makes them a lot harder target to hit. Because if you kneel down, because of how muskets work, chances are the bullet's going to go over your head. And if you lie down on the ground, you've got an even better chance of surviving. Plus, your shot is going to be a lot more accurate because you can make yourself stable. So it looks like they're getting the cannon ready to go. They're ramming down. Making a little adjustment there on the cannon. So the block's now been split into two, with the cannon going off there. Got a bit of problem with the wind here. Not sure what the troops on the far side are going to do. They're obviously being prepared for something. But the group nearest me are obviously been told, whatever you do, keep those Confederates where they are, because while they're there, they're less trouble to us than having them all together. So it looks like they've decided to try and keep the two lots of Confederates apart. Oh. Now the Confederates are getting a bit brave here. They've decided we're going to have a go at these blokes. Now they've split themselves into two. It's a bit more even. Because in general, the Confederate soldier used to be a slightly better shot than his Union counterpart, because a lot of them used to go shooting and hunting as part of their daily living. Where in the north they tended not to do that as much. So a lot of the natural shots did tend to come from the south anyway, because from as soon as they could hold a gun, they were out shooting squirrels and anything else that they needed to deal with on the farm. Now you see how the smoke is hanging on to the ground? If you've ever heard the phrase the fog of war, this is what people are talking about. And until they started using smokeless powders, very quickly the air would be filled like you're seeing now. And we've only got one cannon and perhaps 15, 16 muskets at all. And you can see how much smoke we're putting out. So you imagine a battery of 6 Union cannon or 4 Confederate cannon all firing off at the same time. And instead of being a few men that we've got here, you would have several hundred just in each block. and you might have 10, 15 blocks of men spread across a field. And it wasn't unknown for people to manoeuvre to come up on the left or right of their comrades and turn up on the left or right of the enemy line, because they got lost in the smoke, went too far or didn't go far enough, and suddenly you had a Union unit on a Confederate line or a Confederate unit on a Union line. And sometimes you had the right units on the right side, but because a unit wasn't expecting another group to join them on, say, their left or their right, the officer would see these people moving in them, couldn't identify them because of all the smoke, and he would order some of his men to shoot at whoever was coming towards them, and it could even be members of their own regiment coming to reinforce them, but they would shoot them because they didn't know, they didn't recognise who they were to start with. And that is something that still happens even today. With all the technology and everything, we still have what's known as blue on blue. But despite their low numbers, they're not taking a number of Union troops out here. So I think the Confederates have decided today is a good day to die, because it means they've taken some other people with them, and it's held up whatever these people were off to guard or protect or set up. Oh, the flag people have gone in with swords and bayonets. See what the Confederates do for this one. Do they surrender? Oh, they've taken out one officer. Well, they've taken out a guard to the colour. Now the officer and the colour have decided that might not be the best thing to do. So the flag bearer can't do any fighting. It looks like the officer's only got his sword with him, so he hasn't even got a pistol he can use. So these two are making a strategic withdrawal. Because you don't retreat, you make a strategic withdrawal to the rear. Or at least that's what the Marines tell me anyway. Oh, it looks like we've got a Confederate who surrendered over to the big contingent, the 18th over there. And the flag and the officer from the 4th are moving across to join them. And I think that's everything. Uncover. Resurrect. Oh. Okay. Now we, unlike our compatriots before us, are actually managed to get up and do this all over again. Although sadly not today. So we haven't finished yet, don't worry. Now I'm not sure which way they're going to go, so we'll see how the officer in charge lines up the soldiers. Because two of you are going to be okay, but the third party may wish to get their running shoes on. Now we're just going to form the lines back up, and we'll have both of the Union Confederate in one line for you. Now bear in mind, this is a small reenactment, but had we done this as it would have played out, even with these numbers, as soon as the cannon fired, all the Confederates at one side would have been gone, and the Union, had they let forth a volley on the other block of men, that would have been it, and it would have been over in a couple of minutes. Because the weapons that are being used are far more deadly than the things you might have seen on Sharp, you know, the Napoleonics. But certainly in the early part of the war, those were the tactics that were still being used by both sides. Two lines of men, 13 inches apart, facing people that were 50, 100, 150 yards away, using weapons that were still fatal at 500, 600, 700 yards. And then you throw in cannon as well. Because even today, 80% of most battlefield casualties come from artillery, which is why infantry love their own artillery but hate the enemy's. Because if you're going to suffer an injury, mortal or otherwise, it's likely to come from artillery. Now we're going to that's one. We might get a second one. Yes, I think you're going to get another one. If you watch the sword of the officer in front, yes, we have got someone in front there. When his sword goes down, that is when they should fire. Because you fire on the order, not what you think you need to do. Someone's just giving you a whistle. As soon as he's a sergeant, you see, have a different sword. So here we go. Now, hopefully we don't get any big bangs, we just get a load of little pops. Because if it's just If we just get little pops, it means all of our guns are safe because all the gunpowder's out of them. That's what we like to hear. Now, for people who are sensible and decided to go on either flank, you're safe. One's at the far end there. You may need to start thinking about running, because they've just put 18 inches of sprung steel with 3 razor sharp edges and a pointy bit that hurts. That's something you want to have stuck in you. In fact, the wounds created by triangular bayonets were so bad they got banned in a Geneva Convention. How they're moving off. You'll see why they have to run in a minute. Oh, I almost didn't put the brakes on. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the soldiers of the Southern Skirmish Association. Thank you, I hope you enjoyed that. That's not the end of activities today, of course. Later on there'll be another World War II battle in here. And don't forget, all the way around the site, there are World War I and II over the far side near where you came in. Pre-1900 is all behind the block.